Morning, everybody. Great to see so many people here. I'd like to give you a very warm welcome, but Anne will give you an even warmer welcome than me in a moment. But I do have a bit of housekeeping that we need to cover. So parking. If anyone has parked in the hotel car park, you need to register your car at the front desk. If you have not done that, then you're at risk of being towed or fined. In case of an emergency, the front door is now out of bounds, and so there is a sign which says you turn left before you get to the front door, should we need an emergency exit. There's no plan for one this morning. The toilets. The ladies' toilets are immediately to your left, as are the disabled toilets. The gentleman is just to the left of the front door. If you have cell phones with you, could you please turn them to silent? Today you've been allocated breakouts. You should have had your choice of breakouts when you came in and checked in with the stewards. If not, then please make sure during the break that you sign up for them. Hopefully you've already met our stewards. Right on target. Here's one in his tabard. So please do listen to them, because we have hopefully something for everyone today, but it is a very full program. So if the stewards tell you you need to move from one room to another, please do so, so that everyone can have the fair time for their sessions as we go along. So today, we hope we've got something for everyone, because when you give us feedback, we really do listen to it, and we try to give you the program that will help you help your clubs. So we'll begin by hearing from DG Ian about her plans and aspirations for the year, and then the continuity team will answer questions that you submitted to them in advance, and then Peter Maxwell will talk to us about the advantages of communication, collaboration and connections. And then we'll have a coffee break and come back for the breakouts. And I'll give you a little more information about the breakouts, or at least Anne will afterwards. The showcase is here at the back of the room and also out in the foyer. Please take time to see what the clubs are doing, see if you can help them. And there is also Graham will be out there giving you some help on finding Rotary resources. If you're having trouble getting online to My Rotary or opening an account with Rotary or any of those issues, please go and see Graham. He's a font of information. And there are also plenty of brochures and flyers around, so please take notice of them. And then after the break, if you could again return very promptly, and we will listen to our special guest, Phil Dyer, on the Rotary Power Plant. So for now, I will hand over to Anne to give you her welcome and her themes and goals for the year.
Thank you very much, Diana. Right, good morning, fellow Rotarians. I know a lot of you, and I know some of your faces from Zoom. And I hope by the end of the morning, I will know a lot more of you. Having been a teacher for 40 years, I should remember names. No, that was one of my weaknesses. I learned eventually, but I have probably taught thousands of young people, so I'm not the best at names, but brilliant if you've got your badge. Fantastic. So, Rotary's theme for 23-24. Just over 2 months away. My goodness. Now, I was lucky. I went to International Assembly in Orlando. Poor Jim Graham didn't have that fantastic experience. I did. Even more, I met Gordon McAnally from Scotland. He is one of us. Oh! And I felt very... Now, somebody said to me this morning, where from? I will find that, or you can Google it. I felt proud that Gordon is one of us. Now, his theme, create hope in the world. The logo, note the colours. President-elects or presidents, you will get the little badge. Some people made a comment about the logo. Well, that's up to you. Create hope in the world. I think we all agree the world is a troubled place at the moment. And Rotary, as we know, can make a difference. You are already making a difference in your clubs, but we will make this year even more of a difference. So, what is my theme? Stronger together. Graham in his year, know your community. Most of the year was on COVID, in COVID times. But clubs reached out and got to know their local community. Gyms, let's work together. Brilliant. I'm going one stage further, stronger together. As a teacher, I always used to teach team working with my students. It works. We all work together and therefore we become stronger. We become better. So, it says things we might achieve. No, no, no. Things we will achieve during the Rotary year. We need to increase membership. That's understandable. We need to improve collaboration between clubs and between clubs and district. I think there's still a long way to go. And even more important, probably, ensure our Rotary experience includes fun and fellowship. This morning, people were arriving 20 to 9, networking already, and you will have time this morning to network, and that's great. Zoom is fine, but it's not quite the same. So, we must never forget Rotary's strategic priorities. And this will underpin everything we do, even if you don't necessarily think about it. Increase our impact. We will be stronger together. We will increase that impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. And I think that is key, that adapting, the flexibility, but we'll hear more. So, what are my goals? Obviously, that becoming stronger together. That is my passion. Bridging that gap between clubs and district. I do perceive there is still a gap, but we need to break down those barriers and work much closer together. There's some great work going on, but more can take place. Promoting the 3 C's, communicate, collaborate and connect. And in fact, Peter Maxwell is going to talk a little bit more about this, so I like that. Engaging clubs to embrace change, I think that's important as well. Now, focusing on the health and well-being of all members, you might say, this was very much one of Gordon's themes, very much. And he told so many fantastic stories, and I'm sure Phil Dyer's heard more than I. I could be here all day talking about Gordon's stories. But a great storyteller on personal experiences, and then developing our humanitarian service team. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes going through the goals to see how we can do that. Continuity. I've already mentioned Jim and Graham as part of our continuity team. We also have the district secretary and the treasurer, and we meet every 3 weeks. We've got continuity. I'm sure you've got continuity in your clubs. Your incoming president. Even if some have only just been appointed, there is continuity. That team working approach, which I can't emphasise enough. Valuing members. Now everybody, every Rotarian, whatever their age, has got skills, expertise and experience. And we need to tap into those. Now we have a new vocational lead, John Shaw, who's president of Newent Club at the moment, and he's got a display at the back. John is going to be going round to clubs and trying to encourage Rotarians to think, what skills, what expertise, what experience do I have? I've only been in Rotary less than 8 years. I won't ask some of you, you're very experienced. And we need to tap into that. Now, this is my great one. Develop our cluster. On your tables, on your tables, listen to me. Stronger together. You should have a flyer, because this is going to be our multi-district conference in 2024. You might say that's ages away. It is. But we are going to celebrate our year. And our team, the theme for us as well is stronger together. And we are already starting to work very closely together. Probably, I would say actually, we are the best cluster. When we were in Warwick in February, Jim led a panel with a representative from the 4 districts. So it's Southern Wales, Somerset area, Devon and Cornwall, and obviously us. He led a panel at the beginning of the 2-day session to promote clusters. And Nikki Scott interviewed the panel in front of DGEs and DGNs. It was a powerful message, was it not, Jim?
I hope so.
Yes, it was, definitely. It set the scene for the weekend, because not every district is working as a cluster, but our cluster is particularly strong. I've got some really good friends within the cluster now. And in fact, I know Lucy, with the youth lead, when we've done youth competitions, and you've been to the competitions, one of them I couldn't go to, Lucy was there, and the others in the cluster looked after her. Isn't that what it's all about? And then always have a positive approach. You might say, well, that's obvious. No, it's not. A lot of people, and I was taught this when I was in education, come with problems or challenges. That's fine. But think beyond. Is there a possible solution? The district leads, the district team, the assistant governors, we are here to help and support. But come with a problem, but is there a possible solution? And I think that is key to becoming that stronger together. Right. You are the most important people, the clubs. Without the clubs, we don't have Rotary. And we must never ever forget that. Now, just to say that these slides will be sent out actually after this. So, and it is being recorded?
Hopefully.
We want to increase the awareness of our assistant governors. The role of assistant governor I thought was fantastic. I loved it. Went to Warwick, did my training, came back and I said, right Anne, get on with the job. What? Area 6, which is the Pershore, Malvern, Worcester area, didn't have a clue. I lived in Cheltenham. Go for it. They hadn't had an assistant governor for about 18 months. I had to literally get to know the clubs, etc. Fantastic experience. And that's what AGs, in my opinion, is the gap between clubs and between district. District leads, they are the experts in membership, foundation, public image, whatever. And then the rest of the district team. So we've got to promote ourselves and work with you. The new district hub. Now this is something new this year. Charlotte Mannion's here. Charlotte, where are you? Fantastic. You will be around, but I know you're doing a breakout room as well. The district hub is very often for new members, not sure where they want to go. They meet online. Could be somebody wanting to move from one club to another. Or they could just stay in the district hub. They might come from another district, I'm not sure. Practical hands-on activities. You're short of volunteers for an event. Get in touch with Charlotte and she's got key people who can help you. And that's a big initiative that we've taken on this year. And then helping Rotarians to feel part of the Rotary family. Some will say to you, we only want to be in our club. Fine, doesn't matter. You're part of a club. Do you want to be part of district? And they go, Or do you want to be part of Rotary Great Britain and Islands or internationally? Phil will tell you what it's like probably, because he's just gone. Whoa! Ask a busy person, that would be Phil. But he's going to give you more insight into the power of Rotary. But I think it's important to feel part of that Rotary family, and it is an individual's choice. 3 C's. So I won't say too much on Peter's behalf, but basically it's working more effectively and efficiently. Collaborating with clubs. That hasn't changed either. That should say responding to challenges, not a challenges. And enjoy the fun and friendship of Rotary. So it's working together, which shouldn't be difficult. Encourage clubs to embrace change. Some clubs are already doing that. We've all come out of COVID. What are our meetings like? Weekly, fortnightly, monthly? A lot of clubs have gone down to fortnightly, sometimes on Zoom, sometimes face-to-face. Maybe a less formal approach. Some have had their meeting times changed. You're going to hear that, well, you will see in the showcase this morning, Vagonia have changed. And it's working. They've increased new members. Financial costs of Rotary. Well, the younger people will say it's expensive. Do we need a meal? And then successful clubs who have started to embrace change can help others. Don't reinvent the wheel. If somebody's doing something, say, do you know a club that's doing it? It may not even be in our district, it might be in our cluster. What ideas have you got? Not one person, this is my opinion, knows everything. So we have to work together. Health and well-being of our members. Now, probably the more traditional or slightly older clubs will have a welfare officer or an almoner. A lot of the new clubs may not. I would like every club to have somebody who's that welfare officer or almoner who can nurture not only the new members but all the other members as well. Gordon said, when you say, how are you? Hi, how are you? Do you walk away or do you listen to that response? On Zoom, you couldn't tell how people were. Now we're meeting face to face. Are we listening to those responses? And we should be caring for our members. And it's obviously new members need to be nurtured and supported. I don't want to hear members are leaving clubs. I don't want that. That's a negative. And I don't do negative. I want a positive. So how are we going to deal with that? They might leave a club, but they could go into the district hub, and so on. And then we do a lot of understanding, kindness, patience, tolerance. Sometimes we have to be a bit tolerant. Not in this district, I've heard in other districts, some issues. What? Issues? Arguments? No, I don't deal with that. That is not going to happen, and it won't happen, I can assure you. Now, this is a strange one. Lucy and I on Sunday morning last week, we attended a Zoom online humanitarian service team training. Now, the rumour beforehand was youth competitions are changing. That was a rumour. They're only changing because they're going to be very much part of this humanitarian service. Note the word, team. The young people are our future. What is our legacy of Rotary? We want to involve youth in community projects, in environmental projects, vocational. My club, some of us go into a primary school one morning a week and listen to children read. My husband said to me, "Anne, you've taught in a secondary school for 40 years. It's transferable skills. It's easy." This year, they entered the Young Artist competition. Hopefully next year, that school maybe might enter the environmental competition and so on. So it's basically working together. I'm not criticising any of our humanitarian team because they're very much hands-on practical activities, but let's work together more. Again, in the showcase at the back, there's about an amazing environmental project, and it's going to be community as well in Ross-on-Wye. So, can we get some of the local schools involved with something like that? So that's me for now. I haven't got a little clock to tell me. I suppose I should have had a little timer. How am I, Diana?
You're a little bit over.
Oh, I thought I would be. I read it as 20 minutes and then I got down to 50. Doesn't matter. Now, during coffee time, you will visit the showcase, which is at the back and outside as well. And I've already mentioned some of it. So you've got half an hour for coffee to network and to visit the showcase as well. And you might think, oh, we do something. Why weren't we here? There you go. Right, now, The next bit is the continuity team. So it's going to be Jim, myself. Unfortunately, Drew is ill, so cannot be here. And then PJ, or Patrick, our DGNN, just really join the team. But he's got a lot to offer. He's a lot younger than us, so he's got a lot to offer anyway. But Graham is going to be our chairperson, and some of you, as well as others, have submitted questions, so Graham is going to question us. Thank you.